Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news now, Eagles fans. If you've been following the team's latest performances, you know that this season has been nothing short of a roller coaster. And what a roller coaster it's been, especially after that dramatic game that showcased both the resilience and the ongoing questions surrounding this Philadelphia squad. The Eagles, with their perfect 3-0 record, have once again proven that they're a team to be reckoned with. But beneath that shiny undefeated record lies a story of ups and downs, of moments of brilliance and moments of concern. Let's dive into what happened in that game, what it means for the Eagles moving forward, and why fans should be both excited and a little cautious about what's ahead. So picture this, the game kicks off, and for the first 2 quarters, the Eagles' offense looks like it's stuck in neutral. It's almost like watching a classic sports movie where the underdog is trying to find its footing, but the script isn't quite ready to flip just yet. The offense moves with the urgency of a golfer lining up a 3-foot putt, slow, tentative, almost hesitant. Fans in the stands start to grow restless. You can feel that tension building, that sense that something needs to change, that spark must ignite at some point. And it's not just the fans, even the players on the field seem to sense it. The team's offensive production is minimal, and the stats reflect that, with just 33 total yards before halftime. It's almost hard to believe that a team with the talent and weapons like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown could be so stifled, so contained. But then something shifts. The third quarter begins and everything changes. It's as if the script has flipped, and suddenly the Eagles are a completely different team. Jalen Hurts starts firing missiles, threading passes with precision, and A.J. Brown, who was almost invisible in the first half, transforms into a bona fide superstar. His energy, his aggressive roots, his focus, everything kicks into high gear. And what happens next is nothing short of a comeback for the ages. Brown, who had 0 catches in the first half, ends up with 109 yards and a touchdown in the second. That's the kind of turnaround that makes you sit up and pay attention, a reminder of what this team is capable of when they're playing at full throttle. But the real drama was just beginning. It wasn't just about the comeback, it was about what was fueling that revival. After the game, A.J. Brown didn't hold back. No, he delivered a pointed critique that sent ripples through the Eagles' locker room and coaching staff. He voiced his frustration with what he called the team's conservative approach early on. He said, and I quote, "At times you can feel like we're being conservative, and I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be, let your killers do their thing and play fast and play aggressive." That's a bold statement from one of the team's top stars, and it immediately puts head coach Nick Sirianni in the spotlight. Because now the question is the offense too cautious? Are they holding back the talent that's right there on the field? And that's a question every Eagles fan should be asking after seeing how the second half unfolded. Sirianni didn't shy away from addressing this after the game. He stood in front of the media and acknowledged Brown's desire for the ball. But he also pushed back against the conservative label. He explained that certain circumstances in the first half dictated their initial strategy. Specifically, he mentioned the poor field position and the need to play it safe early on, to avoid turnovers and set up better opportunities later. It's a classic coach's move, playing the long game, trying to manage risks, especially when the team isn't in an ideal position. But at the same time, it highlights that ongoing tension between a coach's game plan and a player's instinct to go full throttle. Sirianni's point was that sometimes, the offense needs to dictate the game and not just react to what the defense is doing. That's the chess match that's constantly happening on the field, and it's what makes coaching football so complex. Now, let's look at the numbers that tell this story. The first half, as I mentioned, was a struggle, just 33 yards, very little creativity or explosiveness. It was almost like the Eagles were playing not to lose, trying to survive until halftime. But then they exploded in the second half, 255 yards of offense, a total turnaround. That's almost an entire game's worth of yardage in just one half. And it wasn't just the yardage, it was the nature of it. Hurts started connecting with Brown, spreading the ball effectively, and the offensive line finally found some stability. Fred Johnson stepping in to replace Lane Johnson was a key move, giving Hurts the protection he needed to make those explosive plays. That adjustment, that sense of urgency, sparked the entire offense to come alive. It's a perfect example of how halftime adjustments can be the difference between a loss and a win in the NFL. So, what does this tell us about the Eagles' offensive identity? Well, it's clear that they have all the pieces, all the talent, to be a dominant force when they're firing on all cylinders. But the question remains, can they start games with the same fire and intensity that they finish with? The talent is undeniable. Hurts is proving to be one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league, capable of both running and throwing with equal effectiveness. Brown is a matchup nightmare for defenses, with his size, speed, and aggressive route running. The offensive line, when healthy, is one of the best in the league, capable of giving Hurts the protection he needs to unleash those big plays. However, the inconsistency in the first half suggests that the Eagles are still finding their rhythm, still trying to figure out how to start strong and maintain that level of play throughout the entire game. Coach Sirianni praised Brown for his professionalism and leadership, especially given the early season scrutiny he's faced. But ultimately, the goal is clear. The Eagles want to be a team that can impose their will from the opening whistle, not just in the final moments. That's what separates a good team from a great one, and that's what they'll be working on in the coming weeks. The division is fierce, and the NFC East is always a battleground. The Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders are all lurking, ready to pounce if the Eagles slip up. But for now, Philadelphia has shown that they can overcome adversity, that they can adapt and improve when it matters most. The next challenge on their schedule is Tampa Bay, and that's where the real test begins. The clock is ticking for Sirianni and his staff to give the offense more consistency, more aggression, to let their playmakers cook from start to finish. Because if they can do that, there's no reason why this team can't be in the mix come playoff time, maybe even with another shot at the Super Bowl. The stats, the talent, and the wins are all there. But what fans really want to see is that killer instinct, that relentless pursuit of victory from the first snap to the final whistle. Brown's comments highlight a crucial point. When the offense is unleashed, they're nearly unstoppable. It's just a matter of sinking that energy early on and maintaining it throughout the game. The coaching staff, led by Sirianni, has the tools and the talent to make that happen. It's about trusting the process, trusting the players, and letting them play their game with the freedom they need to succeed. And the fans, you guys, are the heartbeat of this team. Your support, your energy, your passion, it's what drives the Eagles forward. So as we look ahead, let's keep that momentum going, keep believing in this squad. Because with the talent they have and the desire to improve, there's no limit to what they can achieve this season. It's a long road, full of challenges and opportunities, but the Eagles have shown they're ready to fight for every inch. And I, for one, can't wait to see how they respond next week against Tampa Bay. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you believe this team can start games with more fire? Do you think Sirianni's approach will change? And what do you expect from Hurts and Brown as they continue to grow together? Let's get a discussion going because your voice is essential in this journey. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and everything you need to stay on top of the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep riding this roller coaster together. Because at the end of the day, being an Eagles fan is about resilience, hope, and that unwavering belief that the best is yet to come.